Cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
Clink.
We're
Clink.
21.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's Alex's 21st birthday today.
Could you imagine?
Ooh, this is good.
Crisp. What is it?
It's
Want to walk
light.
us through it? Do you remember?
I don't remember what it is, but it's
Oh.
from France.
Ah.
So it's good.
Like us in a month?
Yeah. In a month, we're from France for a day.
For literally less than 24 hours.
We're going to tell everybody we're native. They're not going to believe
They're
it
not
at
going to
all.
believe us at all. I'm literally going to show up in a red beret.
We're so annoying.
Oh, I don't care.
We're there for a day.
We're there for a day. I will eat it up.
And I want to do the touristy things like that. Anyway, hello. Welcome back to Oddvice. My name is Kristen McAtee.
And I'm Alex Coate.
And this is Oddvice, the podcast that you are listening to. And today we're just enjoying a nice little glass of some crispy white wine. I don't know what type it is. I'm not a big wine person, but I like to drink it. Crispy and cold. And you're probably wondering, oh my God.
I know. Have we not shown these yet?
No, I don't think so.
Guys, our new merch is coming out.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
That was a rude.
Could you
that
imagine?
was a really rude prank of
Yeah,
us.
I'm sorry.
That was kind of fucked up. They're little wine glasses and they have our logo on them. And season 1, it was damn near before we even like launched an episode.
Yeah.
My mom had like 24 made. I don't know why.
So many.
She had so many made.
There's
Custom
4
wine
left.
glasses, tumblers, the coffee cups, like so many
Yeah.
things. And I was even like, oh, well, thank you. But like, for what? And she's like, you pass them out to everybody. And like, I think we like tried to give one to like Kaya one time. She's like, oh, thanks. Like nobody
no one
wants them.
this.
So we actually don't have as many. I think we kind of left some in LA with Leanna, but we have so many on our bar cart now. And these are the wine glasses in our house.
Right.
So they
So
kind
when-
of feel conceited.
Yeah, when people come over, like when we had people over for Thanksgiving and we were passing these out, and it was kind of like, okay,
Like,
we
and
get it.
There's a big fucking neon sign of the same
Right.
thing. Like
You're
that's
on
annoying.
set.
Hey guys,
We have a podcast, by the way.
By the way, hi. Do you guys want to record? You want to wear the headphones? Like, it feels a little fucking obnoxious, but
Yeah.
they are cute. So thank you, Mom. I know you're listening, and we do use these all the time.
They're a
so.
great shape.
They're great shape. The stickers have lasted up. I mean, they're almost 3 years old, and
Right.
look
Could you
great.
imagine if this was our merch? We're
not like we got wine glasses.
no,
That's
this
just
was not us.
No, I don't think any type of like cup.
No. Maybe like
Maybe like a water bottle.
hey, that's kind of sick.
But like so many water bottles.
Yeah, and we're not like hikers. Like that's such like a hiker thing.
You're only hikers. But you're right.
You
Like
know what I mean?
it's like it's very like outdoorsy of us, and like
yeah.
we quite literally are inside every episode.
All day, every day.
We talk about things outside though. If you're wondering why we're all cute and dressed up, you want to tell them?
We're going out tonight.
We're going out tonight. That's why we're having a little bit of a pregame, and I just really want to try this wine, but a little pregame. We're going out. We're meeting.
We're going to watch a UFC fight. Okay. I feel like I'm constantly like, so I matched with this one guy on
Right. You
on
got to
some
pull the
dating
weight.
app.
Someone's got to do it.
I matched with this guy the week that I moved to LA. So nearly 5 years ago now. 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years ago. And it was one of those things where we just constantly like matched on dating apps, never met up. We followed each other on Instagram for so long. We've always had like plans to meet up, but like they've always just fell through. He hit me like a week ago and was like, hey, I'm coming to New York to onboard for a new job. I'm going to be out there, send Rex, like we should grab a drink. And lo and behold, like this is the one time that we're actually following through with our plans.
Yep.
So we're meeting up with him, going to watch the fight, maybe go grab like a couple drinks after. I know it's going to be fun. He's out here with his best friend. It's going to be a vibe.
So we're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about these people, but whatever. It gets us out.
It gets us out of the house, and I'm trying to be a little bit more of a yes man.
Yeah.
Trying to like I had no reason not to.
Yep.
So I'm not going to like slug around the house when we could go out and meet like 2 cute boys and leave that at what it is, you know?
Exactly. I actually had that thought the other night on Thursday night. We went to the Box, which is a very, very cool speakeasy vibe out here in New York. If you haven't heard what it is, look it up. It's so cool. We went to an event there with Benefit Cosmetics, and I definitely felt like sluggish. I didn't feel like socializing. I didn't really like want to go, but I went anyway because Benefit Cosmetics throws the best events, like always.
And it was at the box.
And B, it was the same kind of thing Alex was saying. We don't have a reason not to. Let's just fucking go, whatever. And we ended up, at the end of it, finding a really cool bar.
Yeah.
That we would have never, ever found before. We like wrote it down.
Fully want to go back.
Yep, we want to go back. We were talking to the person at the door, like made a friend. Like, but yeah, it's always worth just forcing yourself going. Worst case, you fucking come back home.
Right.
Whatever. Like, and that's kind of what we did. We just stopped by for a little bit and we ended up being home by like 10:30.
That was it. Yeah. And it was a Thursday and I think we were both on the same vibe.
Yeah. That's the thing. I still have that day mentality.
Oh yeah.
And it's very much not the mentality out here in New York.
No.
So
every night you can go out on a Monday out here and it's like it's a Saturday in your head. Like it doesn't stop. And it's really hard to differentiate. Like when we first moved here, we didn't have like the willpower to differentiate the stamina. So we were going out like weekdays and shit.
Yeah. Because we were just like, oh, this is what you do. And then I was like,
There came to a point when we fully like sat down and we were like, we can't keep doing this.
Like, we don't need, it was like the opposite of what we're saying now. We don't need to go out.
We don't need to
There's
go out.
no reason to go out. And now we're saying there's no reason not to.
It's a weekend though.
This is just the ebb and flow of adulthood. You're like, party, rager. And then you're like, no, I need to stay home and journal.
But I still want I want to find the middle ground, which I'm working on, of going out and like having a full night out and not being rager mentality.
Yeah.
And it's just like go out, drinks. It's pretty black and white for me.
Mm-hmm.
I either go out and like maybe one drink, like a couple sips of a drink, and then like that's that kind of night, or I go out and it's rager, full blown, like balls to the wall, plastered.
Yeah.
And I want to find the middle ground.
It's for me, because I feel like I've kind of got the grasp on that within the past. Honestly, since we moved here, I feel like I've been in that mindset more. And it sounds silly, but like you just have to stop yourself.
Yeah.
But
I don't want it to stop me from like going out and having a night out is what I'm saying.
For sure. And it doesn't like stop me, but to tell myself like, all right, I'm just coasting off this drink and this is fine.
Yeah.
Obviously there is a point where you want to leave, but like I get what you mean. Staying out, but not
relying on the drink to keep me out.
Perfectly said.
Yep.
And you just got to stop yourself
It's
or like
weird.
slow down on the drink. Like I even set down my wine glass just now because if I have it in my hand, I tend to drink it obviously a lot faster. It's closer to my face, but like set it down or like, you know, just draw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like string out your drinks as much as possible. And that, at least that helps me like not, all of a sudden you go to the bathroom and you're like, oh, you're
looking
up.
Yeah.
And like everything gets quiet. And your ears are kind of ringing.
You're like looking at yourself and you're like, this is what I look like.
Does that me?
Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
Yeah.
No, it's not an elephant.
Well, it is until you say it.
I got my lips done this past, what day of the week was it? Thursday. So a couple days ago. So that's why I'm wearing lipstick. I'm usually not a lipstick girl, but I got a little bruises. It's something that I've like had on my mind for maybe about a year and a half ish. I got half a syringe and I also got a lip flip. One of my like insecurities about my lips was honestly like I love the shape of my lips and I love like my Cupid's bow. It's just when I smile, my top lip curls under. So I needed something that like kept my shape along because I'm a smiley person. Like I feel like especially when I'm like out and socializing, I like generally have like a smile on my face and like I want the part of my lips that I like to show when I'm smiling.
Always be there, yeah.
To always be there. So I got my lips done. Let me know if you like them.
How was the pain? Walk us through it. Are you comfortable saying how much it was? I feel like that's something nobody ever fucking talks about when they get their lips done.
So I got the half a syringe was $600 and then the lip flip was an extra $250.
Okay.
So $850 total. The pain was bad when she was doing it and like the lingering minutes after, and that day I was pretty bruised, but it's one of those things that like a tattoo, when you're getting it, you're like, oh fuck, this hurts. And then
the second they let off, it kind of starts diffusing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's what is like to be expected when they're poking like
literally
your lips for like 30 times, you know?
Right. And like a tattoo, it's one of those things. Well, tattoo you only do once or twice for touch-ups, but lips maybe a little bit more, but nonetheless it's something you do and you work through because you are getting permanent results.
Right.
It's not like a slap in the face every morning when you wake up.
Exactly.
Like, it's worth something.
Exactly.
So you can sit through it. I feel like for me, that mentality, at least when I get tattoos, I'm like, just fucking sit through it.
And then you're going to have it
And
for the
then
rest
you're
of your
done.
life.
And you wanted this.
Yep.
This is how you get it. So sit through it.
Yeah. No, I'm so happy I did it. She killed it. They turned out exactly how I wanted. And even though this is something that like I've been thinking about for a year and a half, I very much like made the appointment and got them done on a whim. I made the appointment. The appointment was just for a consultation, and I was sitting in there and she like walked me through it, and I loved that she recommended that I get half a syringe. She didn't try and upsell me and make me get like a full syringe, because I went in there thinking that I would get a full syringe. And she like looked at my face, told me what was a good idea. She's actually the one who recommended the lip flip. So I don't know. I'm really happy with how they turned out. Yep. It was totally on a whim, but they're perfect. I'm just bruising a little bit. So I'm a lipstick girly for the next
cruising
week.
For a bruising.
Literally cruising for a bruising.
You on Thursday, you went cruising for a bruising.
I did. And I came back with a bruise.
I
got what I got what I was looking for. Closed mouths don't get fed.
When in Rome. It's the wine that got us saying these little home goods signs.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm happy they look good, huh?
They look very good. I went with her, and the whole time I was like, literally put me in, coach. Like, I wanted to get in that chair right after. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. I'm going to be straight up. I think a little bit, and this is totally a reflection of me, not you or anybody else who gets injected. It is a pride thing for me. I had that thought.
Pride. Like I used to feel good saying that I had never gotten anything done.
Yep.
And I had that thought before, like, wow, once I do this, I can't really go back.
I knew you'd get me when I said that.
Yeah. And it's, I feel you, but also like, I've never felt more pretty.
I get exactly. That's the trade-off.
Yeah.
And what's pride for?
Right.
Like, who am I?
Who cares?
Literally, that's the definition
at that point.
Pride is it's an internal thing.
It took me a moment to switch the mindset of like getting my lips done for like, cause everyone else does it. And I realized like, whoa. I've always wanted to do it because of me and like for me.
Yep.
So why would I let that stigma stop me from doing it?
It's irrelevant at this point.
Yep.
You want it for you. Yeah. No, I've thought about it, and I've definitely thought about the lip flip because I have a very gummy smile, and
start with that.
Yes, but I don't know if you, again, I have to do a consultation. I don't know if you should do it without injections. I don't know if it's something weird if you just do it and then.
Based on the research that I was doing, I had always thought they were separate. That's why I went into this not even having a lip flip in mind. I always thought like when I was looking into a lip flip, I was looking at people who had only gotten a lip flip and no filler.
See, I thought they went together. I thought when you do the flip, you need the projection. I thought it was like a balance thing, kind of.
Right. I mean, it's probably just so dependent on who it is. Yeah.
Right. I don't know that. And like, I know the lip flip, obviously the reason you got it, you were like, when you smile, you don't want your lip to curl in. And I do want that same,
like result.
But I also know my smile especially is very much my expression.
Right.
My gums, yeah, they're big, but they are such a big part of me. And as much as like not a pity party, by the way, as much as I get made fun of for them and they are an insecurity, I also am aware that they're not even on some deep shit. Like they are a part of like my aesthetic, if you will.
Right.
So I'm also like reluctant to switch that because I know it's like me. I don't know.
I get it. This is all shit that I like went through my head.
Right. And totally I guess I'm still in that mode. All right, sit down, Link. There you go. But Botox, on the other hand, I'm definitely about that. I feel like I really want that on my forehead just a little bit. That's the only place I get it. Alex and I were both saying like I love my smile lines. I love smile lines. I love crow's feet. I think it just shows that you're a happy person. Mm-hmm. That's why you have creases there, because you be smiling a lot. But the forehead. And above all, I think the first needle I would ever put in my face, if any, is my masseters. And that I would do through my TMJ doctor for like TMJ purposes rather than like aesthetics. But there are aesthetic after effects when you do get TMJ in your masseters. It'll slim your face. Slimming to the face. But literally, like, we had masks on in the office when Alex was getting a consultation. She was talking about masseter Botox. And she's like, yeah, like people, if their masseters are super active, they tend to have like really square faces. And I was sitting there with my mask on, like, bitch, if I took off this mask right now, you feel like shit. Like you would feel so bad.
No, when you ended it, you at the end of the appointment, you ended up taking off your mask, and she was like, "Oh yeah, you do have big masseters."
Yeah,
I was so surprised you said that.
I know. I was like,
but then
yes.
like from her point of view, it was a super like medical observation.
It wasn't like mean girl shit. She was just like, oh yeah, we were talking about it.
She was like, you would benefit from that,
right? So that's kind of where I'm at. Yeah, I have a very square head, but we'll cross the bridge when we get there. I'm chilling right now. I'm healthy. I'm happy. That's the bare minimum. We'll cross it when I feel the need to change anything. Right. But I definitely know where I'm going because she fucking killed it.
Oh yeah.
So I'm glad that you like it.
Absolutely.
Okay, song of the day and what we're wearing.
I'm wearing, God, I don't even know where these jeans are from. Maybe Garage.
The jean store.
We checked the tag.
Pretty Little Thing.
Pretty Little Thing jeans.
Pretty Little jeans.
They're just like big cream jeans. And they're actually like two-toned. You can't really tell because I've washed them so many times. But the back are like a blue white and then the front are like a cream white. Yeah, see?
I never noticed that.
Oh my God, I almost just kicked the wine glass.
Jeez, all over our recording equipment. We would have never been able to podcast again.
Bye. This is our last episode.
Last episode finale, season finale.
Yeah, these. And I caved. I got a Skims t-shirt.
Get lip injections and then order something from Skims.
Who am I?
Literally, like, go to Call Her Daddy. Like, no shade. Alex Cooper is a fucking boss ass bitch.
No. So I had actually bought, I don't remember the white shirt. Oh, it was Cotton On. Fucking loved it, but I think I got like makeup on it or something.
Schmegma.
And it wouldn't come out, and they don't sell that shirt anymore. And it was like this white cropped t-shirt that is like this really like stretchy material. It's not cotton. It's not jersey. But I loved it because it was like one of those shirts that you can kind of dress up. So I couldn't get a replacement, and I've like scoured the internet, and I was like, fine, let me just see if this is it. And it's
worth it.
It's worth
Skims
it.
is really good.
It's worth it. I think it's like the everyone t-shirt.
I have a lot of bras and tanks from them. Different like styles too, and I love them all.
Right. I actually got a bra from her, and it's really nice. It's a little grandma-y, but it's good for like under t-shirts.
Are you wearing it?
No, because I wanted my black bra to show.
Okay, gotcha.
And I'm wearing my ladybug socks.
They're not real ladybugs, they're fake.
Thank God.
Ew.
Could you imagine?
Ladybugs on your feet. What if ladybugs were like pests? Like what if ladybugs were something you like got in your
house? Why
house?
are we not afraid of ladybugs? Like I love when a ladybug lands on me, but if a fly or like a beetle landed on me?
Because in our children's books, think about how they're portrayed.
Like
they're cute.
Nice.
And they're like happy and they're polka dot. Like, come on, polka dots?
Right.
It's so
Beetles
sweet.
are so beautiful.
What kind?
Do you remember those beetles that used to be at Auckland? The big one that used to land on the screen door. June bugs. Fuck those things.
Yeah, Southern California gets June bugs because they're blind.
So I don't care.
They would just be like running into shit. They do. They're like,
see, they're beautiful, but like get away. They're also huge.
They're too big. I can hear them.
Yeah, you could hear them coming.
I don't need to hear things that fly.
No.
Things that fly, period, that scare me.
I saw this TikTok of this girl who was like, okay, guys, it's summertime, and she lives in Australia. The spiders.
No.
What are they called?
Wolf spiders?
No, because we get those. It's a name of, I forget, but they're the ones that like get this big. And she was like, there's probably one in my room right now. Like they're all over the house. Yeah. And she said she like pulled up to her driveway one night, and like the headlights were right on a big spider, literally the size of her palm. And I was like, how? I simply would leave the country.
Yes. Like, trust me, I love Australia. It actually is my number one favorite place on the map, but I can't live there for that reason.
For the spiders.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Even like here, there's some weird bugs. Like, I think I'm just very comfortable with California's bugs at this point, and anywhere else, it kind of freaks me out.
Yeah. Like what are those bugs that show up in the summer? And they were like infested.
They migrated from China.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying to stomp on them.
Yeah, because they're like red flies or something.
Yeah, they have like one red wing and like one polka dot wing. Like it's they like they were freaky. They would get stuck in our air conditioning unit and be like
and there's when you walk outside in the summer, there's so many of them. It's like a infestation.
It's terrifying. Ladybugs though, back to the ladybug thing, and then I'll say what I'm wearing. I was camping one time growing up, and I think we were in Pai, which is where we'd always go when
Paw
Phil,
paw.
when Phil wanted to dirt bike. And it was like this big, I think it was Pai. I don't know. Mom, where was it? It's a big tree that fell.
Oh, okay.
Like big, thick ass trunk. And it
Covered.
You couldn't even see the tree. It looked like it was like you were on shrooms and it was like rippling.
Whoa, were they all red?
All red. And you walk up and like Phil, my stepdad, he would like just lightly tap the
Like one of the branches?
Yep. And they'd start flying around and then all land again. Like I will never forget it.
Why?
I don't know.
We need a ladybug expert in here.
That's our next episode. Ladybug expert. Our first guest ever.
We should do a research podcast on like we pick a bug.
And like where it migrated from, where it is in the ecosystem. Would you guys be...
The way that excites us.
We had this conversation the other day. Like sometimes I'm worried about the longevity of our brand per the name of our podcast, Oddvice. We started giving, I mean, we still obviously give you guys advice every follow-up episode every Friday. Like we love topics based that way. It's what the podcast is. But then there's this big part of us, as you guys can see, that love to fucking research.
We just want to like shoot the shit.
I just want to learn things and then tell people that I love about them. And yes, Alex, I would love to do an episode where we each picked a bug.
But like, how do we give advice about, and then there's a small part of us that like every time we have these ideas, we're like, okay, how can we spin this to like give advice to you guys?
Tell us your scariest bug story. Tell us your biggest bug fear in the story of how you saw that bug. So either we can't do that.
We need to start a sub podcast.
I was gonna say, or do we start another podcast that's just like
we just literally no filter, no basis of anything, and it's literally just us sitting here and
genuine question, you guys. What do we do about this?
We should call it literally.
That's probably already somebody's thing.
Probably. Or like, because a lot of you guys say we say like too much. We'll brainstorm.
We'll work on it. Yeah. If you want it.
Like bugs.
Like bugs and stuff. Bugs, etc.
And stuff.
Etc. That'd be cool.
Etc.
Like a line. Don't take it.
Don't take it. It's ours. It's already being copywritten.
Yeah. No, my lawyer is over there.
Could you imagine if we had a lawyer on deck at all times?
You'd be like, guys, I'm fucking bored. I've been here for 3 days. We'd be like,
we're holding him hostage.
Write it up. Write a contract.
Also, why is it a him?
Oh, sorry. All right, Kim Kardashian stan.
I'm not even a Kim Kardashian. I'm not even a skimmy. What should we? Should we talk about the Selena drama?
Oh yeah. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm team Selena.
Absolutely. And at first, we'll sum it up because I know we're all sick of it. At first, I was like, all right, this is so stupid. We're giving it attention. Like, just let them live their fucking lives. That's how. Before this recent like past 2 weeks, whatever, I always thought like, guys, Selena and him are done.
We're just stretching. Like we're just like grasping at straws at all this drama. No.
She's a fucking fan.
She is fully a fan of Justin Bieber, and you can like all the videos that you see of her about her being in fan clubs back in like 2010. You can't deny it.
She was also heavy in the Austin Mahone fan club.
Yeah.
So she's clearly a stan of some sort.
Right. She's just a fan.
She's like in that culture.
He married a fan.
There's way too much shit to back it up.
Yeah. There's way too much. And the fact that they haven't said anything and like all the shit about him not liking her birthday post. And I don't know, you guys are probably seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, it's all over TikTok.
I'm living for this drama though. I'm usually not one to like follow shit like this.
No. It's just too real.
You know what? I'm eager for something to happen.
I need them to say something.
Yeah.
And his birthday post today of all of his birthday like pictures, and that last post of him, like she's like going to hug him and he's literally looking away, like body language not even at her. And what did that top comment say?
That one of the top comments was, wow, you're really not helping her case.
Like, why'd you even post that knowing what's going on?
And they're leaving the comments on. And literally all the comments are like, I'm here for the comments.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like crazy.
Sure, there's a part of me that's like, they're probably just soaking up the PR, which yes, there's an extent of that. But if
I was his wife, I'd be like, okay, you gotta say something.
And they plead that they're so like real and this is real love. Okay, if it's like real, like then don't treat it as a PR stunt and and
don't
cut it
don't
off.
thrive off of that.
Right. Yeah. I don't understand. But then there's a side of it where it's like, but if it's real love, like they don't even hear the chaos. They don't care.
Bullshit.
But
there's
then,
no way.
But then I go back to the facts and I'm like, but she showed up at your fucking hotel in 2010.
Right.
Like, I'm done.
Insane.
I'm pissed.
Crazy. We'll leave that where it is.
Yeah. Let me go to what I'm wearing.
Oh yeah, you haven't even
I haven't said it. I know, I'm like trying to get into this. Green pants from American Eagle. They're like cargo. They're so soft and comfortable. They've been like my go-to pants. And then this corset is from ASOS. It's like a chocolate brown leather. And then my middle finger socks that I think my mom got me. Yeah.
My song of the day it was one of those songs that popped up as I was like falling asleep on a playlist, and I like rose out of bed and I was like, this is such a good song, and I had to like it. Yeah. It like woke me up out of my sleep. It's called First Thing Smokin' by Loony, Loony. Her voice is incredible.
I feel like is it capitalized?
Yes.
I feel like I've seen that,
you probably
that name.
have.
My song of the day is Love Lasso by Turnstile. It's a vibe. It's that whole like playlist I had the other day, but then would like randomly go Screamo.
Yeah.
But like the stuff that wasn't Screamo, it's pretty good.
Love
right?
Lasso.
That was
Cute.
the Love Lasso radio.
Okay.
So
that
really
name's really cute.
Love Lasso, yeah. Okay, so for today's episode, my friend Alex over here in the white got something new for the podcast. What is it?
Scrolling on the social media thing and
on our phones,
laying in bed one night, and I was like, oh, this would be cool to do for the podcast. And it's a little game. A couple of years ago, we had done the game. What's it called?
Really strangers.
We're Not Really Strangers. And it's a game that kind of like gets you to answer these deep questions that kind of just like reveal connections or whatever.
Yeah.
This one's called How Deep Will You Go? And there's 3 levels to it.
What I mean, just from looking at this one, we haven't read any of the cards, but from what I can tell, I really like the difference here. We're Not Really Strangers. When we played it, I did enjoy it, but the gist of that game is to get to know people.
Right.
And like there was a lot of things we already kind of knew of each other's answer.
Totally.
This is like an extension. It is a different company though. But like context wise, it seems like it's an extension of
right.
the
And
purpose.
I think it's kind of more like individual.
Okay.
Like focused on you rather than.
That's true. It's not like, what was your first impression of me?
Right.
Yeah. I like this. So there's 3 levels, and then there's a wild card level, which I guess we can kind of call level 4. The first level, we'll each pull a card, and then we'll read it, and then we'll also each answer each other's cards. For starters, I guess let's just start with like 3 of each level, and if we want to do another round, we'll do another round. I'm assuming these are going to get pretty deep, so I know the answer is going to be a little long-winded, but we'll start with level 1, level 2, level 3, and then we'll end with the wild card levels.
Okay, the first level is icebreakers, so we'll start there.
Okay, go ahead. It's a white card and it matches your shirt, so you go first.
Okay. Ooh, okay. This is a icebreaker, but I feel like this is a little heavy. Not heavy. What motivates you in life? That's actually I'm excited. This is a question.
What motivates me in life? Before I do anything, I really ask myself, like, is this adding to the quality of my life and the quality of my story? I often think about, and not in a morbid way, I think about my deathbed, and I'm like,
did I live it up?
Did I live it up? Like, is what I'm doing, whether it's career-based, friendship, love, food, like nutrition-wise food, things like that. What am I putting in my body? Like, is this adding to my quality of life? That's what motivates me.
Cool. I actually
feel like a pageant queen. That was such a pageant queen.
You know the Pretty Hurts music video by Beyonce?
Oh, yes.
What is my aspiration in life? My aspiration in life.
I see the TikTok. It's just like, Brazil, Colombia, and it's all the pageant queens yelling where they're from.
No,
I have to. It's the funniest fucking
no,
thing.
I would die.
It's so.
I love when people yell.
Like yelling. Anyway.
Oh my God.
What motivates you?
Okay, so I actually had this talk with my therapist this last session.
Oh whoa.
Yeah, because I've been feeling a little unmotivated lately. But I pinpointed this feeling that I get, and I get it most when I'm designing. I have this like gut feeling when I'm moving shit around on Photoshop and I'm almost done with a piece of work, and I have like this gut feeling when I like nudge something over 1 pixel and I'm like, it's a breath of fresh air. I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. This feels good.
It locks in.
It's a gut feeling that I get, like I said, mostly when I'm working, but I've experienced a couple other times, like in other parts of my life, very rarely, but I've noticed that when I'm working, I chase that feeling. And there was a period of time when I wasn't feeling very creative at work and when I wasn't being motivated. And I felt like all of my work was like subpar to think like compared to things that I've put out in the past.
Right.
And I noticed that's because I wasn't chasing that gut feeling. I would just like do a project.
Complete it to complete it.
Complete it to complete it. I would do a project, send it out, and like, okay, I did my job.
Yeah.
It's done, but it's not like something I'm proud of.
It's not to your standard.
It's not to my standard, and it's not something I'm proud of. So I realized when I chase that gut feeling that I get, and it's super hard to describe. I don't know, any other designers out there, creatives, if you get that gut feeling, let me know, because it really is like, and I'll say this again, when I nudge a graphic over 1 pixel, it really is all the difference. And I'm like, wow, okay, it's done. It's there. It's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And like, that sounds so dramatic because I'm talking about like a little thing on a computer, but it really is a feeling that makes me feel proud of my work when I get that gut feeling.
Yep.
So that's what motivates me.
I feel a sense of that when we podcast. Like if we are talking about like whether it's a big breakthrough as an individual or something we just realized about each other, like
yes,
to like help our friendship, like it's a click of like, it's almost like a level up moment. Yep. Or you closed a chapter, and I know that's kind of a macro level of what you're saying versus like per project, but it is that sense of
like it's wrapped up. It feels nice.
Fulfillment.
Yeah. And like, so you're right. I got that feeling that I just talked about after we did the What Goes On in Your Head episode.
Yep.
So
I get it.
That's a feeling that I chase.
I love it. Okay, next one. What's one big thing you want to change about yourself?
How much I overthink.
Heard that.
Everything. It's just, it got to the point, maybe like a couple years ago, it got to the point where like my overthinking really took a big grasp on my entire life and like was my driving force in everything that I do.
Yep.
And it like, I felt like I was drowning in my thoughts as far as like the unknown and the possibilities and the changes and the what ifs and my anxiety. I just wish I didn't overthink as much. I've learned to, especially like with therapy over the past year or so, I've learned to like appreciate it, but like let it sit where it sits and not let it be my driving force.
Right.
But I just wish that wasn't a big part of me.
I'm still there. What you just described where you were a few years ago, that's still where I'm at. So my answer, definitely I'll like shadow off that. But for me, I the word is trust. Like, and you know this, like I need to trust my judgment and like not judgment and like, oh, is that person good or not? Like, it's really not an exterior judgment. It's like all inside of me. I need to trust my judgment that what I'm doing for me is right.
Right.
And like, it really is that simple. I just need to trust myself. But yeah, I feel the overthinking thing. I'm still there.
Okay. What insecurities have you grown out of?
Ooh, that's a good question. Just how like kind of weird I am and how I feel like growing up, like I would hide it. 'Cause when we were kids, like mean girl mentality was all around us. And it was like,
right.
You can't like do like a weird face and blah, blah, blah without somebody being like, she's weird. Like,
right.
Especially in like, I mean, I cheered all my life. Like in those environments, it was so like judgy. And I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm like, I just don't care how people react to the things I do.
Right.
Like shallow or deep. Yeah. Just like who I am, like my weirdness.
Cool. I would say something that I've definitely like gotten better at, an insecurity of mine, was the vanity aspect and like feeling I have to put on face the second I step out my door. I feel like I've gotten in my adulthood, like this is something I'm like comparing, like kind of like you, I'm comparing to like my teenage me.
For sure.
Even like going around my boyfriend, I would feel like I have to like look pretty.
Right.
My 3-year high school boyfriend. So that's something that like I don't have anymore. I'm like,
a filter.
If you're gonna appreciate like this side of me, like you also have to appreciate this side of me.
Yeah. No, that's
something that
like,
goes for everyone, not just like
not just romantic
relationships. Like the Joe Schmo on the street.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me slumped.
I feel like on a macro level, I feel like society's a little more accepting about that side of humanity now. Like it's not all about putting on makeup and like, you're right, because that was a thing. I feel like a lot of our even like our friends' moms growing up, like if we were going to the grocery store, they're putting on makeup before we leave. And like things like I never understood that.
No.
My mom's not like that. That's why.
No.
The last thing. She puts on a hat and she's like, all right, I'm ready to go. I'm like, okay, Mom, we're literally going to the Met Gala.
No, she puts on hats, baseball hats, and pulls her hair through the like ponytail thing, but without a ponytail.
She just lets it like hang like
Sonia,
horsetail.
You are
a hoot.
A fucking hoot.
You're the craziest girl I know. Seriously, Mom, you're fucking crazy. Anyway, next one. What's the first memory you have with me?
Oh, you guys have heard this story a cajillion times. We were on the playground and you and Leanna were walking around and I was like the new girl in 5th grade and I hadn't like made my group of friends yet. And I saw you and Leanna walking around and like you looked like twins. Like you were literally like at the hip and it was you and Leanna and then Bree and Jenna. And like they looked alike, you looked alike. You guys just looked like the cutest like friend group of 4. Like
you literally Hailey Bieber does.
No, I did. Oh my god, I stole you.
You stalked and you stole.
No, I literally I didn't have friends.
Pulled me to New York and now I can't even see Leanna. You did this on purpose.
No, I'm keeping her hostage.
I'm like,
blink twice.
Just blink in general if you need help.
No, I saw you guys and I just remember thinking like, I really hope that I find because I came from a place where I grow up.
I was over the bridge.
I was over the bridge. 15 minutes away, Alex. No, I moved from the town that I moved from. I like the community and the friend groups were so closely knit and it's one of those like close knit communities that all of them are still friends to this day. Mm-hmm. So when I left, I felt like I lost that.
Yeah.
And when I saw you 4, I remember thinking like, oh, that exists out here. I want to find that.
Right.
So I think like, I don't know, we ended up in the same, like standing in a circle. And I remember like just being like, oh, like, I hope I'm friends with these girls.
Look at that.
I manifested, y'all.
Literally 20 years down the line.
Yeah.
And we're still friends.
But like, I think about that. And I also think like we met for a reason.
Yeah, no, like you even had that download in your head.
Right.
For a reason.
For a reason.
Something told little Alex
to like walk over to those girls.
Yeah, yep. For sure. No, I believe that too. I really wish I remembered that. Every time you say that memory, it breaks my fucking heart. I wish I remembered it so bad. But I
am kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, my best friend in growing up, like preschool and up in that where I actually grew up, Paige, how we became best friends.
Hailey Bieber her?
No. She was standing in line to go into preschool or maybe it was kindergarten by herself. And I walked up to her and I was like, do you want to be best friends? And we were just literally like my best friend.
I think I remember that in preschool for me. It was just like, do you want to do this?
Yeah. Do you want to do this thing called life? And like, I still talk to her to this day, like still consider her one of my closest friends. Yep. Like
you just know.
You just know. Like
you
kids
almost know even better as a kid.
Exactly. You don't have that filter of like, what are they going to think of me? Mm-hmm. There's no,
it's pure.
Yeah. It's so pure.
Like on both ends. It's so pure. Intention and receiving. It's like, you're a little chicken nugget. You're just like, sure, I want to play.
Yeah.
Like whatever. My first memory with you.
Yeah, what was your very first? I don't think we've talked about this.
In my defense, and I know you hear me out on this, my memory's really bad with childhood stuff.
Yeah.
It's with anybody involved. I didn't block you out at all, Alex. You're probably the only person I didn't block out. Like, it's going to take me a sec. This is really hard. It's the first memory, that like labeling it that, I'm not giving an accurate answer.
Yeah. What grade was the science thing? Did we have together? Was that 6th grade? Oh, that was
7th grade.
A lot of our memories started in 7th grade. It was a really good
I'll
memory.
just tell that one.
Okay, yeah, tell that because I don't think we told that.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't fucking.
It's not our first memory,
anything.
But it's one of our first that we reference a lot.
Yes, and like I remember, it was almost one of those clicky moments for me where I locked in. I was like, oh, she has the same brain as me.
Yeah.
Like I really do feel like that was a moment where we were like, oh, like. You're funny.
Yeah.
We're funny.
We're funny. You have a sense of humor.
So we were in 7th grade and we were in the science unit and it was the week that you dissected the frog. It was day 1. So she was like, y'all need to listen up. this Wednesday, or, you know, in a few days, we're going to be dissecting a frog. So like we're going through like a crash course of like how to hold the scalpel and like listen up. I just remember the energy of the room being like, we need to focus.
Yes.
So she starts talking, blah, blah, blah. Not even like 5 minutes in, Alex and I noticed that our desk was at like the tiniest bit of a tilt. I think it was to the left.
It was
right?
like slanted.
It was like a little bit, whatever. It was a slant where you were able to put the pencil at one end and it would roll down. So we did it a few times and we were just kind of giggling, and then we put it at the top and we were pretending we had telekinesis,
mind powers.
Yeah, and we were like holding our brains and watching it roll down the desk, acting like we were doing,
like literally in sync too. We were like,
imagine her seeing it.
Right. So we kind of like, we paused because we noticed the class got silent.
Really quiet.
It got really quiet. And we look up and like look at each other. Everyone's whole class is staring at us.
They were so offended. Like everybody was like, we're trying to focus.
Right.
Like,
we're trying to learn here. Bullshit.
We're trying to learn how to cut a frog open. Like, well, do you not see us in our mind powers right now?
Right.
Nobody thought it was funny, but we thought it was fucking hilarious. And yes, it's not my first memory, but I will say that is definitely one of like
the biggest ones at that age.
Yeah. That was a moment where it was always kind of fun to get into like just like the tiniest little tiny harmless trouble with your friend.
Yeah.
And it was one of those moments where she was just like, you ladies gonna listen now? And we were like, yeah. And we totally listened, and we like aced the whole thing. Like we're fine. But yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Okay, so we said we'd do 3 of each, but we did 4. So we're going to do 4 of each.
Yeah.
Level 2.
These are gray.
These are gray, and they're a little deeper. They're confessions. Oh my God, I'm nervous because those were very icebreakery.
No,
those were like a little deep, right?
That was like, I'd call those like 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Those were like level 2 to me, I would think.
Right.
Level 1 would be like,
what's your favorite color?
Where was your first time camping?
Right.
Like something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so these are confessions.
Go ahead.
Why have you kept going?
Oh my God. I'm going to cry. You, Leanna, Bree, my mom, my sister, my niece, my nephew, my stepdad, my grandma, my grandpa, like the people around me. Truly. Like that sounds pretty corny, but it's corny for a reason. It's like
keeping you going.
If I selfishly didn't want to be here, like it would affect the people that I care about the most. So why would I like ever jeopardize that? We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
And that's the people around me. That'll be my short answer before I start crying, because my makeup looks really good tonight.
Yeah, your wings are slicing through life.
Wings are winging.
Right.
What's yours?
Mine is and
Link. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Link too, of course, Mom. Sorry, Lily, let me like restart that. Why have I kept going? I just know life could be really great. There's been parts of my life where I've literally like stopped in the moment and thought, wow, it can't get better than this. And that's a feeling that I chase, and that's a feeling that I want all the time. And it's what I think about when I'm in my deepest, darkest times and phases of life. And it pulls me out of it. Not fully, because there's other like work that needs to be done when I am in those moments. But it really is. It's the light at the end of the tunnel for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all it takes, for sure. It's powerful that you are able to access those in hard times. So that is like seriously, that is some big brain shit right there, to be able to like tap into it and believe it.
Yeah.
Because like, sure, you can be told it and someone around you like, it's worth living. Like, but like to actually believe it is a superpower. So like,
I think it's because, and like I can think of, it's probably only happened like 2 times, and I can think of them right now where I've felt that feeling and I literally stopped and said out loud, like, Alex, remember this feeling.
Yeah, like take this in.
Remember this feeling. Remember why you're here, what you're doing, the happiness and like that gut feeling that you feel. And remember that and like I say this out loud, remember that this is a possibility in your life.
Yeah.
It's attainable.
I feel like I've seen that either in a movie or like a TikTok. It's like the happy moments. Take it in, you go, happy moment, and you like clock it.
I love that.
It's a movie or TikTok, I don't know. It could be both. But same motive is clocking it, telling yourself to remember it, and with still remaining in the moment, kind of zoom out and like cha-ching, like take a
Yeah.
picture with your brain, like
Oh my God, I love
soak it in.
that.
Happy moment.
Yeah.
I think it might have been on TikTok. I don't remember. Next one. What was losing your virginity like?
Oh, go watch our first
Episode one
Episode
of
one.
season 1. That's the whole thing. Can I just choose another one since I feel
Yeah.
like that story's we
We
did
beat that horse.
full episode on it. Like you guys don't even know that. If you could bring someone back, who would it be? Why them?
Whoa.
This is hard because I really, really like, I know it's a it's not even like a real question, but even giving it the energy right now, I don't think bringing people back from the dead is something I'd ever
even like touch.
Yeah, like it is devastating, and there's several people I miss that have passed, but I also am very aware that it was like their time.
Yep.
So
I totally,
like
I don't even want to like touch. I don't even want to think about people like in my circle.
Right. How about we could talk about people that aren't dead too, that are just like
Bring them back into our life.
yeah, talk about that type of stuff too. I would bring my dad back into my life, but not even on some like deep shit. I don't think I'd want my dad back in my life to be a dad. Like I address him as dad in like conversations like this, but I don't really like call him dad. Like I don't want him to come back
as a father figure.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But it would be really cool if I could get to know him more.
Right.
And like I've told you that too, like knowing what parts of me are like him and like what's his like he's half of me and I don't know anything about this man. So it would be cool to bring him back to going back to the question. It'd be cool to bring them back just to simply get to know them as a human, like adult to adult, just be like, what's up? Like
I think you guys are a lot more like than
yes, I know
you've ever learned.
We are. That's why I like yearn for it.
Yep.
Is like we can even forget the past. Like I forgive you.
Yeah.
And I've lived my whole life without you and that's okay and I'm fine. But like what's up? What do you like to do for fun? Like that, even like little shit like that. Like I want to know that type of shit. Like what's your favorite food?
Right. What's your like high snack?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I wonder
It's probably the exact same.
Exactly.
What if he was like Takis?
Oh my God. I'd be like, Dad. I would call him Dad. Daddy, uppy. What about you?
Okay, mine's an easy one. If I were to bring anyone back, one of my best friends growing up, our moms were best friends, and we grew up until probably like 7th grade, being like at the hip. Kind of fell out, not for any specific reason, but like we were both just like, we went to, like I said, I moved, we went to different schools, whatever. So didn't really talk for a few years. And then after I moved back to where I grew up, we ended up hanging out again and we got so close again. And we used to say we're friends by choice this time, because growing up, because our moms were best friends, we were like kind of forced to be best friends. But now like in our adulthood, our young adulthood, we had said like we were best friends by choice. But about 5 years ago that we had a falling out and we haven't really talked about it. We haven't talked since. And it's definitely like, at least on my side, a pride thing. There's a lot and nothing that's stopping me from actually like reaching out and like reconnecting. If I could have her, and like I love like watching her life from a distance. She's married and has a beautiful little girl now, which sucks that like I wasn't a part of that.
Yeah.
As someone who like I thought she'd be in my life forever. But yeah, I will say I would love to have her back in my life.
Yep.
Ooh, okay. What is a memory you never want to let go of?
Oh, it's kind of like what we were saying, those happy moments.
I have mine that I was thinking about. It was in Yosemite.
Okay.
And I think I was probably 15 or 16. And I was riding my bike. I was doing like one of my bike rides alone through the valley. And the weather was beautiful. My family was there. I actually think it was the year that you had came with us.
Yeah.
And I stopped in like the middle. There's this one meadow that is in the middle of the valley, and it has like this wooden like planked crosswalk all the way across the meadow. And I was the only one, which is so rare. Like summer is so busy in Yosemite, but I was the only one crossing. And I stopped and I like threw down my bike, and I was just like standing in the middle of the meadow, and I closed my eyes, and I had that moment that I was talking about where I stood and told myself like life could be so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I could like cry thinking about it. But yeah, that's the moment. That's a memory that I will absolutely never let go of. That's the moment that I hold on to in my deepest moments. Yeah, Yosemite. That's why I'm so drawn to that freaking place.
Yeah.
I think that's one of my, probably the first time I had that realization.
I was young too.
Yeah.
I'm probably like middle school.
Yeah. 15.
That's a big
high
realization
school.
to like have as a child.
Yeah.
Early child. A memory I never want to let go of. I was in my darkest depression ever till this day. This was 2020, and I didn't know how I could go on any longer. And I was sitting in bed just hyperventilating, crying, but with no emotion, like that type of low. And I called my sister, and I'll spare the details because that's not what this is about. But the conversation my sister and I had that night, we stayed on the phone till probably like 6 a.m. The sun was coming up, and she was in the Bay. I was in LA, in my old apartment. I lived alone, and it was just like we connected on a level that we had never connected on in our life. It was my lowest low, but whenever I'm in like lows like that, I always pictured as like gears turning, interlocking, and like things are like leveling up and clicking, and like the machine is moving in different ways because the gears are turning. And it was one of those moments where I knew gears were turning, and it was uncomfortable, but I knew something was happening. I just like knew something was happening. I don't know. But yeah, I just love that memory so much. And it's so ironic that it's my deepest depression. And I'm glad I can look at it now and value it and as something I never want to let go per this question. But it was just like,
do you think
such a cool moment for me? That
was the moment that kind of like switched you to kind of start going on the uphill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely like that moment was a spearhead moment. It definitely still took some time after, because I feel like when you have those like
of course
moments, then you also have to like digest them and like believe them
and
for yourself.
Apply them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the gears were turning. Like something changed inside and outside of me. And it was one of those moments during a depression where I finally said the things I was feeling out loud. I wasn't in therapy at this time either. So I really had no outlet. I was living alone, like pandemic, like just raw.
Right.
And I said things out loud that I never thought I'd feel and I never thought I'd say. And I did. And I said it to Monica, and she understood on like such a level, and like
you've probably felt such validation that you never even knew you needed.
She completely validated it. And I appreciate validation, but you know when you could tell someone's just like validating to like be nice, and I appreciate that too. Like there is comfort when people are just going
there for you.
Yes. Like that never goes underappreciated. But this, like, she had been where I was. And like that was that type. It's just another level of validation where you're like, okay, you do actually get what I'm trying to say, and I don't need to like over explain myself, which
you're being understood.
Yeah. On a deeper level. But yeah, I would never let that go. I think it's like one of my favorite things.
That's
ever.
Amazing.
Okay, last one for level 2 is, what do you do that you aren't proud of?
Okay, I have one.
You want to go deep or shallow?
Shallow.
Well,
mine's
like habitual.
Yes.
Okay.
Mine's habitual.
Okay.
It's how like lax I am at work.
But you get your shit done.
No, I know, but I know.
Like she's a great employee. Like don't let that statement.
No.
Don't get it twisted. Like,
but there's just like times throughout the day where I'm a little bit lax on like checking my emails. Like there's shit. Okay.
The shit
let
you can be doing.
Let me give you one example. There's a project that I have been given that has given me a little bit more creative and like timeline freedom than I've ever had.
Okay.
And there were times where like I have had the time to do it, but I didn't. And it's been sitting in my queue of like things to do for like, I want to say 2.5 months.
Sorry, that was pretty fucking
No,
long.
it's so long. And it's not to say that I'm not doing other things, because like I've actually been pretty busy at work.
But like you said, it was a bigger creative.
It's a bigger creative, and my creative juices haven't been flowing as much recently.
Yeah.
To give myself the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
But there's been times where like I could have very easily been working on it and I've just been super lax, like, oh, I had a busy day on the other things that are like required of me. So like I'm not going to put myself in that creative mindset where I need to like, it's 2 gears for me, right? Like I have a list of things that like I actually like projects that I actually need to get done that have a due date, timeline, and I do them and I'm always on time. I'm never lax with that stuff. But when it comes to like their creative shit, I can't force myself to be creative. And I'm not proud of the fact that I don't like focus, especially since my job is, I mean, it's a creative position. And I'm not proud of the fact that I don't force myself to get into that mindset a little more. Yeah. When I'm not feeling it, I tend to, I'm like, oh, I'm not feeling it. It's just one of those days. And I'm not like, you're not trying.
Not pushing yourself.
I'm not pushing myself.
I relate to that a lot.
So yeah, that's mine. I'm not proud of that.
That's definitely, I'm sure a lot of creatives can relate to that, especially creatives that have creative jobs.
Right. Like how do you separate hard. You are here
creative
from
as a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that.
And you can't like, I'm a 9 to 5, but how do I like channel that creative energy when I'm working on a project that requires it outside of the 9 to 5? Mm-hmm. You know? I don't know.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Something I'm not proud of.
Welcome to New York.
It's been waiting for you. God, I'm not proud of a lot of things. If we're going like shallow, like I let my bathroom trash pile up.
Whoa, you do. I'm surprised you like noticed it.
I squished it down. I'll put my foot in there. I'm not taking it out. I squish it down until literally like the hairball I put in there from the shower can't even fit and it falls on the floor. That's when I'm like, all right, the mound's high enough. Like can't add anything else.
Whoa.
Do that.
And it's not even like you're wasting like a garbage bag. You just
I literally don't even use garbage bags. Like it's like a little like CVS plastic can that I just like, because I don't put anything really gross in that trash can. I think the grossest thing I put in there would probably be like a Q-tip. But yeah, that's definitely not a good one.
You need to get one of those ones like what I have, like with a lid, so you're really, there's no mound that could be made.
I'll just let the lid lay on it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Whoa, Kristen.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. I'm also not proud of like, we only said one. Never mind.
We'll leave it at that. Okay, we had to take a potty break.
Potty break. All right, level 3.
Ooh.
It's called Getting Deep, as if we haven't been doing that this whole time. Okay, first one. What is something you don't tell most people?
Oh my God.
A lot.
Yeah.
This one's really hard for me because I be telling everybody everything. I be oversharing.
I feel like I'm an oversharer, but with like surface level shit.
Oh yeah, see, I'm the opposite.
Like,
I overshare way too much. I know. My job.
Oh.
I'm kind of going off, I don't know about you, but I'm going off like meeting someone
new and like where you go and where you don't go.
Right.
Yeah.
I do not talk about work. I do not talk about my job.
Okay.
I don't
do you want to like elaborate on what?
In the past, it just can steer people certain ways and they'll immediately like think something about you. I mean, especially I even like, you know how I am, like I even cringe at the title of my job.
Right.
Like influencer. Like I always say like content creator, like digital creator, like
you say I'm in marketing a lot.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
I say that, or I'll say I'm in social media. That's like the most I'll say. And then they just think like I do social media for a brand and I'm okay with that. It's not that I'm not proud of my job, but like I said, it's when you say it to some people, like they take it and like I'm immediately like a joke, or like they ask like way more questions about it, and then I'm already like, I don't know. I just don't like it.
I get it.
Yeah. So I don't tell people what I do for work. New people. Alex still doesn't know what I do.
What's your name?
Alex. I feel like this is kind of like an elementary school level one, but like I feel like it's relevant even in our adulthood. I feel like nobody knows you have a brother.
Oh.
And like it's not that you like hide it. It's not like my situation where I avoid it.
Yeah.
But like you almost don't even give off brother vibes.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, because we sat here for a minute and I was like, I don't know what I don't tell people. I guess
you don't really tell people you have a brother.
Yeah, unless they ask like siblings.
Right. But I guess I'm not out here like, hello, I'm Kristen and I have a sister.
But you give off sister energy big time. And like you reference your sister a lot. And you know, yeah. I will only bring up Vince. I'm very like protective of my family, I feel like. And I guess I don't tell people. I hold like those cards close to my chest, and I guess I don't like outwardly say like, this is my brother. I don't know.
Yeah. But like now I'm just thinking like, but like who does?
Right.
Maybe that's a bad one. I don't know. Let's just, for shits and giggles, let's just do another one. We'll do 5 in this
I'm sorry,
round.
guys. I just didn't know.
No, I feel like mine was even kind of silly. What is a dream you let go of, but it hurts?
Wow. Oh, traveling after college.
Huh.
And like living in different, well, this is kind of like silly because I did move from my hometown, but I always wanted to live in Tennessee for some reason. I've like always wanted to live in like a small town in Tennessee. And I think I was so focused on my career getting out of college and like focused on where I would end up that I didn't take the time to like figure out what I actually wanted. And there was about a year after college where I like sat in that not knowing, and I really wanted to go someplace that I didn't know, get a job that I had no idea what was it about, what it was about. And I actually like, I was looking at apartments, like I was on the edge, and something stopped me and I didn't end up doing it. And I'm not like sitting here saying I wish I would have done it, because like I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. But there is a part of me that I think like, what if I went that route and worked in retail, because I loved working in retail. Mm-hmm. I really fucking loved it. Yep. Worked in retail in a small town. My life was a lot simpler.
Yep.
When I was so like career focused at that age, I was like, okay, I like have a choice right now. I'm either going to go like super corporate and I'm going to like be career driven for the next decade, or I'm going to like slow down, focus on like not the 9 to 5,
like developing as a human
and like not working for the hamster wheel that we're all fucking in right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't choose that route. So I often think like what my life would be like if I went that direction.
Right. Just trust the process. That was the reason you didn't, I suppose.
Yep.
This one for me, a dream that I let go of. I haven't, and I'm pretty grateful to say I haven't let go of any dreams I have. Like completely. I haven't like, all right, that's not happening, moving on. But one that I'm very lax on and like very discouraged that hasn't happened is my cookbook. That's like a dream I have. And again, I'm not letting it go, but I have been trying to like approach the dream from so many different angles. And it's like, they've all just been shut down. And like, it's just so fucking discouraging. And it hurts because I want it so bad, but I like don't know how to get it. And I know there's things I could be doing to, figure it out. But I really dislike, one thing about myself is like that being so discouraged by it. I'm like, I don't even want to figure it out. Like, yeah, I get so wrapped up in that, like, well, it's not happening. Maybe it's not meant to be. And I almost start talking myself out of it. I don't know what the problem is there, but that's definitely where my head went the second I read this card, is like, yeah, I haven't let go of it, but I've definitely let it loose a little bit more than I ever thought I would.
Right.
And I still really want it. I just like, and I mean, more on like a business level, it's a whole other conversation. It's just like really hard to like make a cookbook.
Right. I think it was harder than you thought it would be going into it too.
Right. Because it's different than just writing a book. That's still a lot of fucking hard work, don't get me wrong, but it's, I'm approaching the cookbook industry with pure passion, where other people are approaching it with obviously pure passion, but they're real chefs. They went to school for like, like they have the passion and the paper for it and like the credentials. Yeah. And I'm over here like, I just want to write a cute little cookbook of my favorite breakfast. Like, yeah. So I just, it's a lot of discouragement and
I think it's a lot of self-esteem too.
Self-esteem. I was going to say, what's the word? Imposter syndrome, like heavy on that one. It's a big reason why I feel like sometimes I'm even like, why would I even write one? Like who would want to read my shit when I'm not a real chef? Like, and so on. So yeah.
I think you'll get it though.
I think I will too, but it's just like, I want it now and it's not happening. So
Yeah.
it's
The discouraging part.
yeah.
Describe your worst heartbreak. What did it teach you?
Everything. Let's make this short and sweet and do like 3 words.
Okay.
Only because we've talked about our heartbreaks a lot in our breakup episode and in like every fucking episode. I feel like we always like touch on an element of like our past. 3 words to describe your worst heartbreak.
Individuality, patience, and forgiveness.
Big words.
Big words.
Big brain words. Confusion. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
Confusion.
Confusion. This is like 2 words, but one concept. Like starting over, like rebirth. That was a big one for me. And my 3rd one would be Independence Day.
Right. 4th of July.
4th of July.
You guys were big fans of 4th of July. And now you just can't go on celebrating 4th of July without thinking about him.
That's actually really funny. You made a 4th of July joke because the first time we broke up was 4th of July.
So it really hits hard.
That independence.
Yes.
I didn't mean independence for me. I meant independence for my country. Okay, next one. What question have you always asked yourself since you were a kid?
Whoa.
Oh my God.
We had this talk probably like, I don't know, like last week. I remember where I was the first time I asked myself like why we're all on this earth. And it's something that I think about every waking moment of the day. Like what is my purpose here? Why is it me that I'm here? Like why was my soul chosen to take this form? Who am I doing this here for? What's next? What was before? All of that like shit has been in my head since I was probably like 7. It's daunting and like terrifying, but also like really cool to think about life like that sometimes when I'm not in my overthinking phase. Yeah, that's something that I've always asked myself. Like why me? Why am I living this life?
This one's kind of hard for me. I feel like there's so many different paths I can take, but I guess a big theme I've had since I was a kid every day of my life is like reading into my dreams. And I feel like as a kid, it was even more frustrating because like I was seeing things, but I didn't really know how to like verbalize them. And I didn't think to talk about them with anybody because like as a kid, like I feel like dreams you don't really read into as much, but it's kind of just got like more and more since I've gotten older and more intense, if anything.
Right.
My dreams are a big question of like the second I open my eyes every day.
Right.
I'd say dreams, dream meanings.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is the last one of level 3, getting deeper. Who is a stranger you will always remember?
All of them.
I have a good one for this. I don't know if I've told the story yet, but I was with my ex at the time. We were walking around Oakland. We had just left dinner and we're walking down by the Fox Theater. That's what it's called? The Fox Theater?
The city?
Fox? No. In Oakland.
I don't know.
I think it was the Fox. I don't know. And someone comes like running up towards, it's nighttime, and someone comes like running up towards us, and I get kind of scared. Like me and Nick kind of like pull away.
I remember. Bob.
Right.
Might as well say the Bob.
We kind of like pull away, and he's like, "Hey guys, like, Madion's playing at the Fox right now, and shit just came up, and I can't go. Do you guys want my tickets?" And we like looked at each other, and we didn't even know Madion was playing there. He was one of our favorite artists. Like he was a staple artist in our relationship. Like you guys, you know how when you're in a relationship and you like have songs and like music. Yeah. Madion was that for us. Didn't even know he was there. This guy comes running up to us, and they were like really good, like GA pit seats.
Yeah.
And
finna be in the pit.
No, finna be in the pit to Madion. So he was like, "You guys," and we were like, "Yeah, do you like want something for them?" And he was like, "No, just go, have a good time. I can't do it tonight." And he like is walking away. He's like, "Life comes at you sideways sometimes, you know?" And we were like, "Oh my God, like this night just turned into so true." I literally like, I you're right. I will never forget that.
Yeah.
And I like to think that maybe I've always like kind of built up in my head why he couldn't go to the concert. And I always thought like maybe his sister was like giving birth.
That's where my head went.
Or yeah. Or like,
he wasn't like, he didn't seem like sad.
He didn't seem like frantically scared or like upset. He was more so like,
I gotta get there.
I gotta go.
Someone's having a kid for
so
sure.
I hope we went and saw Maddie on. Maddie? I'll name my kid Maddie on.
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, I'll never forget him.
I even think about that memory a lot. I think that's so special.
Mm-hmm. And I've always wanted to get a tattoo that says "Life comes at you sideways," but I think it'd remind me of my ex too much.
Right. Just let that one live up here.
Yeah.
I feel like I do that a lot. I'm always like, that'd be a good tattoo. I'm like, you know what? Every thought I've had does not need to be a tattoo. Right. So relax.
But it's a good reminder.
Yes,
Life
but
comes
like
at you sideways sometimes.
Keep it in there.
Yeah.
You know, if it reminds you of him.
Maybe I'll get it on the bottom of my foot.
Stomp on it. In bed. This one time, I think this was like probably like 2016. I was in the one and only Soul Cycle class I've taken till this day. It's not for me. I'm not a big cycling person, but I was taking it, and this guy came up to me and was like, "Whoa, let me see your arm." And I like stuck on my arm, and he had the exact same O tattoo on his right arm, and he had it. He had a matching one. It wasn't an X and O, but he had another O with his brother. Oh. And they even had it on opposite arms so that they could do our cross thing. I don't know if you guys know this. Literally, have we ever said this on the podcast? Alex has an X on her left arm, and I have an O on my right arm. So if you're on visual, you kind of see
your first ever tattoo.
My first tattoo, and I was so scared.
You're terrified.
Terrified.
And you know what? It's a good tattoo.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's not bad. But oh my god, it's almost 10 years old.
Has it been 10
years? It must
be
28. We got this at 18.
You're right.
A 10-year-old tattoo? That's cool.
Decade.
Anyway, yeah, he had it, and it was definitely one of those moments where I was like, everything's connected. Very trippy.
Yep.
I feel like I have so many other good stranger stories. That would almost be a cool episode if we can clock all of our like really cool stranger stories.
Right.
That could be good. But there's like this other one where I swear this guy was a time traveler, but it's like a way longer story. I think I've told you that one, but we'll do that another day.
Save that for another day. This was fun. I liked this.
Well, hold on. We have wild cards. Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a wild card each.
Yeah, mix them up.
Should we get linked to pick?
I feel like that has to be one. It just fell.
Yeah.
Hey, do you want to read first since I just read the last one?
Sure.
Is it a good one?
Yes. Call someone and tell them you love them.
Oh, who
are you going to call?
Who are you going to call?
Oh, we both have to do it? Let me go grab. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go grab my phone.
I think I'm just going to keep it OG and call my mom.
Okay.
I haven't talked to her in a few days, and I bet you she won't even answer. Hold on. Let's give it a whirl. She's not gonna answer. She answers like 1 in 8 calls. Like growing up, I'd be like, "Why don't you answer?" Like I sounded like the mom. Like, "Why don't you answer my phone? What's going on? Are you okay?" She's like, "I'm fine. I'm literally like." See, no, she rejected it.
Jesus, Sonia. Okay, I'm gonna call my brother. I'll put $50 on it that he's gonna answer and say, "Bueno."
Bueno.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Hey.
She was right.
I'm just calling to tell you that I love you.
Oh, what's going
Aw.
on?
We're just playing this game on the podcast, and I was tasked with calling someone and telling them that I love them.
Oh, nice.
Aw, I love you. And I also said, watch, I'm gonna bet $50 that he's gonna answer and say, "Bueno."
Oh,
you did.
All right, I guess I gotta switch it up then.
Yeah, you do. You gotta pick another language.
I gotta change that. I can't be having that.
All right, love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
What is he
What
doing?
are you doing? I don't know.
So loud.
He's probably sawing a tree.
No, he's literally 500 yards in the air.
My brother's an arborist, by the way. So
we should have gave some context there.
He's probably actually up in a tree right now.
I don't know who else to call. Wait, I'm just scrolling through my contacts right now, and there's a contact called "When you need a piggyback ride, text this number."
Who is it? It's 818
619. I don't know what that is, and I don't know who it is, but whatever.
You should call them and say I love you.
Hell no. I don't know who else to call.
The Puma socks.
That's cute. Is that her prom dress?
Yeah.
That's really cute. Good color on her.
Call Ollie.
I don't think his phone works anymore.
Oh.
Because I texted it. He didn't answer. Maybe he just doesn't answer. Ollie's my nephew. Let me try my stepdad. He's not going to answer either. If my mom's not answering, he's not answering.
Hello?
Oh, Mom? Why are you answering Phil's phone?
Because we're in the truck.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just calling to.
You're talking to
Okay.
Taylor, Coco. What was her name? I don't know. I forget what he names his truck.
Okay. I'm just okay. All right. Link, stop. I'm just calling to say that I love you guys.
Not as much as we love you.
We love you.
Oh.
What? Why was that so like confrontational? We love you.
What's going on?
Alex and I are playing a game on the podcast, and I pulled a card, and it said to call someone and tell them you love them. I first tried to call my mom, and she didn't answer. So then I thought,
Who's the next best thing?
exactly.
Well, we love you too.
I love you guys. Drive safe.
Okay.
We're home now.
Yeah, we just pulled up.
We tried to go camping and we went up
Jesus.
to House Clear Lake. Do you have a minute?
No, I'm podcasting right now.
Oh, hi, podcaster people.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
All right, love you guys.
No, hold on.
She's gonna go.
Love you.
Love you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
That was good.
I guess. Do you have a minute? No, I just said I'm fucking podcasting.
Do you have a minute? I was trying to
Jesus
go
Christ.
camping. Of course
I
you
was
were
going
trying to
to
go camping.
They go camping 8 days a week. They're always camping. I swear. It's crazy. Okay, whatever. Last and final card of the night. What are you afraid of passing down to your kids? Where do I begin?
Jesus.
Oh
Are we
my
going deep or
God.
surface level?
I could go any level. I don't even know if I want kids, and that's because I'm so afraid of passing the worst parts of me to them. My tummy problems.
That's a good one.
Nobody deserves it.
No one.
And I hope it's not hereditary. I don't think my mom has tummy problems.
Oh, I have one, but I can't say it because I've never said it on the podcast.
I know it.
I'm not going to say it. Maybe I'll tell Patreon, honestly.
I know it is. Say another.
No, that's it. That's like
But
actually.
you have to you have to give them something. You gave nothing.
Okay.
You can go shallow. I went pretty shallow. If I was your kid, what would
Yeah.
I not want
What
of yours?
would you know? I don't know, my perfectionism.
Oh yeah.
My
just don't fuck them up when you're raising them.
see, that's it. That's
why
what
I don't
mean.
want them. I'm gonna fuck them up.
My all the shit that I'm working on in therapy. That's what I don't want to give to them. That's why I'm doing therapy,
Right.
is to not give it to them. And there's one other thing that I just can't say. I will never say it. I will never.
That's why I'm laughing. Like I kind of wish I had that mystery about me. Like there's something mysterious about you that nobody knows, but me plus 3 people. Like
Yeah.
if that,
I don't like.
nobody knows.
It took me a minute to show Leanna.
I remember when it happened too, and it was just like it was one of those unlock moments
Yes.
where you're like, we are now soul bonded
Because we connected about it, and like we're in the same boat,
right.
and it's surface level. Like I don't want your
All
guys'
right, she's
minds to
double
go,
jointed.
Yeah, shit.
You do the elbow.
My party trick.
You got.
I have regular bows.
You have a little. I'm not gonna call you double jointed, but your kids might be affected. Ow.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go because we're already running late.
Yes, we are. But this game was really, really fun.
So fun.
We were not sent this or anything. Alex completely bought this with her own hard-earned
Yeah.
cash. What's it called? It's How Deep Will You Go is their handle on Instagram. There's another handle listed on the box that says To Achieve You. So I don't know if they have another game.
Oh yeah, if you guys know of any other games like this out there, send them our way. We've already, like I said, we've already played.
We're not strangers.
We're not really strangers, so
Yeah.
don't tell us about that one.
Yeah, don't even mention it. You
No.
will be blocked if you mention it in the
We've
comments.
already played it.
And go listen to it because it was actually a really
Yeah,
good
it was
one.
a good one.
But this one was, I think I like this one better.
Me too.
So shout out to the creators of, what was it called again? How deep will you go? I was trying to read the HDWYG.
How deep will you go? For Patreon, I don't know, maybe answer some of these questions on your own.
That's what I was
like
thinking.
we'll talk about it. Yeah.
We are also willing to dig deeper
Oh, yeah.
on any of those too.
We'll dig deeper.
Yep.
Dodge,
Ding ding dang.
dip,
ding,
dodge,
ding.
duck, dive, and dodge.
Drivers, dine-ins, and
We can also do like 3 more from the.
I'm down to
text.
do like more wild cards. This one seemed pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, send us in your stuff. As if you know or don't know, we have a Patreon where every Friday we drop an additional episode where we kind of go in on what we talked about on Monday's episode. So check that out if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too.
Facts.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, rate us 5 stars because it helps us out a ton, and leave us a review. And if you're on YouTube, leave comments and turn on notifications and make sure you're subscribed and like click the little bell thingy thing-a-ling. Yeah, and write comments because I love reading the comments.
I can't read, so she reads them aloud for me.
No, we have that audio thing on our laptops.
It's like literally Siri.
Okay, we're gonna go. Love you guys. Have a good week.
Have a good week. Happy Monday. Just a heads up that my birthday is coming up.
Oh my God.
It's March 28th, so birthday month.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Have a good week.
Bye.